and today I'm going to show you how to make smörgåstårta. So smörgåstårta means sandwich cake in Swedish, and it really is just a big sandwich shaped like a cake. And the one we're going to make today is going to be vegan. So smörgåstårta is made from three things. First, bread, and we have a lot of it. Then we have different fillings and spreads. And last of all these decorations. We're going to start with the bread. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut all the crusts off so that we get even square slices. So all these crusts you could use to make croutons or breadcrumbs or something, or maybe bread and butter pudding. Or you could use it to feed your little chicken. Enough of this chicken bullshit. Okay, so I've cut all the bread, and as you can see I'm using some white toast bread and some whole grain toast bread. And you can use darker bread too, or whatever bread you have, but it has to be quite soft so you can cut through the cake easily. And it has to be able to be cut into squares. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the different fillings I made. So I've made 3 spreads here. This one's from smoked tofu, almonds and sunflower seeds. This one's a vegan mayonnaise based on soy milk and vegetable oil. Always use soy milk for vegan mayonnaise, not rice milk or anything like that. And here is a vegan tuna, vegan egg type salad. And of course you can flavor this any way you want, but the recipes are on my website. Okay, now I'm going to start assembling the smörgåstårta, and today I'm going to make a square one. You can also make it rectangular or circular, but of course if you want it to be round like a cake, then you would have to cut the bread a little bit differently. So here's the first layer of bread, and I'm going to add a layer of spread. Now, you can use any kind of vegetable or bean spread, even hummus or guacamole, or you can buy a ready-made sandwich bread. The things that you have to think about is that it has to be quite salty and also quite moist to balance out all the bread. Now for our second layer, this is quite important. We don't want to put another slice of bread right on top of the bottom one, because then the cake will sort of divide into different slices. So what I've done is I've cut some of these in half, and so we start with a cut one, and then a whole one, put another whole one, and end up with a cut one. And so they overlap a little bit. And next layer we could start with whole one, cut one, whole one, cut one. Just so, yeah, it's not just stacks of bread. So now I'm adding this tuna tofu salad, and I actually had to go all the way to Malmö, Sweden to get this tuna. But if you want something similar, on Hemmastrasse there's a Chinese store that sells vegan salmon, and I think if you mush that up a little bit, it will have a similar flavor and texture. I'm going to try to spread that as far out to the edges as possible so the sides don't sort of sag down. I think maybe it's only enough for one layer of this one. So now I'm just going to keep alternating spreads and bread until the cake is as big as I want it, or like until I run out of bread. Because if it was as big as I wanted it, it would be like maybe for next year. Yeah, you might think that this is a little bit advanced or expensive, but really you can make this cake as simple or as advanced as you want. The main ingredients are bread and vegan mayonnaise, and that's really cheap. And then you just add whatever you want. And I looked for different vegetables for decoration that were colorful and different colors, but I also looked for ones that were on sale, you know, so it would be more affordable. So here's the layered smörgåstårta, and the next thing we're going to do is to dress it with mayonnaise. So I'm just adding the mayonnaise here, and then dressing the whole cake with it. And this mayonnaise has two purposes. First of all, to cover the bread and make it look more like a cake. And second of all, it's so that we can sort of glue on the ingredients, the decorations, and make them stick. So I'm done frosting this cake with mayonnaise, and as you can see, I'm not as good as you probably are at frosting, but at least we have this plain surface here that we can start decorating. This cake has sort of a seafood theme, a vegan seafood theme. So in addition to all these vegetables, I have some smoked salmon here. And I've made this by marinating tofu in liquid smoke, dill, and a broth made from seaweed. And then I have some vegan shrimp that I found at the Asian food store at Hammarstad. And it really looks like shrimp. It's not. We have some of this vegan caviar. You can get it at Kaufland, and it's made from seaweed, and it's actually cheaper than the other caviar. And so for the green stuff, we have some dill here that I think goes very well with the seafood theme. We have some chopped red onions, also for the color. Some lemon, some lime, some different tomatoes, cucumber, green peas, capers, radish roses, and just some salad. I have some fenn salad here, but you can use any kind. And all these things are optional. You can just choose whatever vegetable you like. Okay, so you see I've decorated some of these vegetables that are going to decorate the cake. And you can find tutorials for this on the internet. I'm not such a professional myself, but I learned some tricks yesterday. And for this fun little thing here, I have a special tool. I'm going to show you how to make a radish rose. I just cut little petals like this. And I really like to follow the shape of the radish and be a little bit creative. Sometimes you can make a lot of petals and sometimes a little bit fewer. Here I'm cutting out part of the radish to make a color contrast. And when you're done with this, you put it in a glass of water, and it will come out looking something like this. Ta-da! Ta-da! So it's finally finished, our beautiful smörgåstårta. I hope you get inspired and that you'll make your own and invite me to try it. So happy Easter! Bye! There's a knife on the bread over there. Ja. Det här kommer vara min film och så vet du, men du är ju rutinerad.
Ja, jag vet. Men det är en lagom
ja. Men vad är det då?
Ja, han kom. Jag skrev på väg ner. Han skulle komma med sig.
Yes.